on the show this afternoon. So, Lawrence,
Yes, please.
to start the conversation, to kickstart the conversation,
Mhm.
amongst the seven core national values, we have discipline.
Hmm.
There is dignity of labor, there is
Labor,
integrity, there is social
social
justice,
justice,
religious tolerance,
tolerance.
self reliance, and
Yeah.
patriotism. But which do you think should come first as we kickstart the conversation?
I think it's the one that is most convenient for you to
Eh,
start with
no,
first.
No,
no,
no. As a citizen, which
yes,
do you think should come
she'll
first?
come
It's
first.
difficult to answer
To
that
choose.
question, to choose. Everybody have they're in different points, and
Yes.
so you might be struggling with discipline. You need to get discipline up. You might be struggling with integrity. You
No,
need to
but
get integrity up. So I'm not sure, but for a country like Nigeria, the first thing I think should be patriotism, because that
Patriotism.
you
would
think
allow
so?
you to even want to more like demonstrate your civic responsibilities by paying
Responsibilities.
attention to these values in our constitution.
We
Okay.
understand that all of them are very, very important. But if you're saying we should kickstart with patriotism, then it's okay. There we go.
All right, now let's talk about patriotism, Lawrence.
Yes.
When you look at the progression of events in our dear country, Nigeria,
Yeah.
from 1999, up until this point in time, it's been democracy unhindered, uninterrupted.
Yeah.
And, there were fears before now that at a particular time, we're going to be, disintegrated, because the Western.
Because some lies were in the
Yes.
cloud.
Oh,
Yeah.
some lies were in the cloud?
Yes, I think so.
I'm not aware of that, but
I think so.
somehow the international observers who actually think that there is so much that we need to do to put our acts together,
Yeah.
they actually had this fear, but unfortunately, we are still together. We are still together does not mean that we
We
don't
are.
have, subtle issues here and there.
Of course.
Just
Even in
lying
our
fallow.
homes, our families, we have issues. Do we disintegrate and go our separate ways?
Not at all.
Very hardly.
All
you
right.
know, Yeah.
So, in a bid to address this patriotism as a national core value, what is your assessment of Nigerians, young and old, young at heart, old at heart, in terms of patriotism? From performing civic responsibilities, to just identifying as a Nigerian, be it at home or even in the diaspora. How patriotic do you think we have been? And you must have to put yourself in the equation whilst,
That's it,
doing
that's
this
it.
assessment.
Oh, well, for me personally, I think patriotism has been something I've been very, what's the word?
Particular?
Intentional
Right.
about in practicing. I grew up in a very patriotic home. My dad was in the military.
Okay.
I grew up in a home where we prayed for Nigeria every morning. It wasn't something we forget. It was something that was part of, our growing up. And so that built some level of consciousness within me, myself. I happen to be the last of eight. So imagine for all these periods, this is what I am exposed to. So yes, for me, I would say I have had that intentionality towards patriotism. I have always seen Nigeria as a house, my home, and no matter what is wrong with it, it's difficult for me to abandon my home. There have been issues in my family. Have I run away and left my family because of those issues? It's not been easy, I must say. In short, when you even try to be patriotic these days, it's difficult amongst your friends.
Okay.
They would make you feel like, oh,
You're doing the
you're-
wrong thing.
yeah, they turn it on its head like, look at this one over
Yes.
Sabi. You understand? Now only you like Nigeria. You go die for this Nigeria. What did Nigeria do for you?
I
All these
understand.
kinds of conversations are things we experience on a daily. But I tell you, do I feel fulfilled? Even being intentional about patriotism? Yes, it gives my life more meaning. And
Okay.
so for myself, I'll say yes. For the
The
whole
general public.
the general public, we cannot really generalize because
Okay.
my case might be isolated. There are several cases like mine, but there are still other elements. People who have a different experience as they grow up, who have been disappointed by systems, and their patriotic nature